feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough tough climb, and I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. 'Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. 'Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Following program is a 20 East Media Network presentation.
Are my vocals on?
Yes. Welcome, bro. The first, pretty much the last kickoff Sunday that we will have until the selection show. We probably won't do another college football show until selection Sunday in December. Great day yesterday, brother. Salute to you. Welcome, Jason. Welcome to you, brother.
Thank you.
College football Saturday. Amen. Congratulations, bro. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Hey, let me salute the chat real quick here. Salute to everybody for coming out on this Sunday afternoon, and happy Labor Day weekend to everyone. Misunderstood. I didn't know you were a football fan. Salute. Yapa, salute to you. Salute. Happy Sunday to you all. Tommy, salute to you. Salute. Ben Duke. Was it them Tar Heels look good? They look good. SJ in the house. Salute to you, bro. Salute.
Yeah, congratulations to the Tar Heels.
Ron Daniel, salute. Hey, listen. I tell you what, listen. And I just want to, hey, listen. The Tar Heels are going to be a contender in the ACC. No doubt about it. I want to welcome. We got like several different groups that are in here. We got the LSU group. We got the Florida State group. We got the ACC trash talking group. And we got the SEC trash talking group in here as well. So I want to welcome everyone. We got some great topics coming up here. But hey, I want to address these overreacting Georgia Bulldog fans. I got to have a word with you guys because this is ridiculous. But we're going to go on with the show. This is the Sunday kickoff show. Preview of the main event of the week 1, Florida State versus LSU's epic showdown in Orlando. Salute to you all.
OB, you made a hit, nigga.
Welcome everyone to the Sunday edition of the Kickoff Show. This is going to be our only Sunday show. The rest of them will be Thursday and Saturday, and sometimes on Friday. The preview of tonight's main event. This is going to be an epic battle. This is going to be a de facto playoff game between Florida State, LSU. Listen. A lot on the line. I think Florida State can afford to take an L tonight and still maybe make the playoffs. But LSU, this is a must win for them. They need this game, definitely. Salute to everyone in the chat. Dubs, Kenyon 28, Misunderstood. I'm still shocked. I didn't know you were a football fan, but welcome. But we're going to start off with this subject right here. Brother, and listen, last night I took it as a joke, okay, because I seen a couple of posts over there on Facebook. I seen a couple of comments over there on Twitter. Then I woke up this morning and it was really starting to get ridiculous. I seen a couple of videos surfacing across my timeline, and I'm seeing these UGA fans overreacting and Bama fans are overconfident. And I just want to listen, first of all, to you overreacting Disney dog clowns. All right. And I'm calling you clowns. All right. Because you guys, any little thing that happens, you get all uptight. You get all upset over. I mean, do you not remember Kent State? Do you Georgia fans and anyone else that's saying, well, Georgia is weak. Georgia don't. We heard this on the Sunday after the Kent State game. We heard this on the Sunday after the Sanford game. We heard this on the Sunday after the Kentucky game. This team is loaded. All right. They're not perfect. Nothing is perfect. All right. It was what, in the triple digits at kickoff time yesterday. We had a couple of players banged up. That didn't even look like a game. And I like what Kirby did yesterday. He let a lot of the young guys get in and get some reps. The first string maybe played one series. Besides Carson Beck, you did not see Edwards. You saw Milton every now and then, but you saw a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there, a bunch of guys that were redshirted last year out there on the field. I don't even think the starting O-line even played. So all of you guys,
after that first half, they didn't play a lot.
Exactly. So I just want to say this. Okay. Now I'm going to read some of you some information, because a lot of you clowns don't pay attention. And I'm talking to you Disney dog clowns. All right. These are Beck's numbers. 21 for 31, 294 yards passing. 21 attempts. Okay, I'm sorry. 31 attempts, 21 completions, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing TD.
Mm-hmm.
No other UGA quarterback had a better game on their first start. Nothing but Ballou, Eric Zier, Aaron Murray, Matthew Stafford, Jake Fromm, Stetson Bennett, none of them. DJ Shockley, none of them put up numbers like that on their first start. None of them. All right, let me give you some more numbers. Do you know that last night UGA posted their 9th 40-plus win margin? Their 9th 40-plus win margin since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
No other team has done that but Bama. All right. And it's their 18th straight win. They have an 18 game winning streak, the longest in the country. And y'all are complaining. This is what I'm talking about. Some clowns just won't be satisfied. I told you this back then in 2019. I said this on one of our podcasts back in 2019. Jason, I said, you know what? We could win. We could start winning national titles. And these same idiots that are complaining, these same idiots that are in these UGA groups, these dog groups, these same crybabies whining, that's over here bitching and whining, they would still not be set. They would still find something to nitpick and complain about.
The
And
ones
it's
that didn't want
ridiculous.
Kirby there in the first place.
Well, they have to get over it because Kirby ain't going nowhere unless he wants to. This program is in the best shape that it has ever been in school history in the 100+ years that is had a football program. Listen, and I'm including the Vince Dooley years. Yep. Rest in peace. I love you. I love Vince Dooley, Barbara Dooley. I love the Dooley family. But listen to me real good. Kirby is the best thing to happen to the University of Georgia, besides Herschel Walker. But I have to put, look, Kirby has delivered 2. Herschel only delivered 1. He's got us to 3 national title games. 1, 2. He's 2-1 and 2 out of 3 in national title games. Mark Richt never even never sniffed a BCS championship game. Did not come anywhere close to it. So I don't understand the uproar, why everyone is upset.
Well, giving where we have been in the past, and seeing glimpses of the past in that first half, because let's be honest, it was the first half, okay? It was the first half of the first game of the season. Now, did I like what I saw in the first half? No, because it wasn't crisp. There at no point in time were we going to come out and be a Oklahoma, Oregon, or whoever else and put 70 points up on UT Martin. It just wasn't going to happen.
That's not our style. Anyway.
That's not our style. I wanted to see it crisp. I wanted to see us executing. But then I had to sit back, because I was getting up there, right? I was getting there. Because I told Bobo I got my eye on you and not so many kind words. Bobo, we watching you, okay? Come out here and start in this crowd. But then I watched it. I was like, okay, all right, I got to apologize to Mike Bobo because it wasn't a play calling issue. It was a personnel issue. You had the wrong people on the field at the wrong time. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. It was like a G-Day game. It was any of you that ever watched any of our G-Day games, we get everyone involved. Now, we did not play Tennessee Martin the way Bama played Middle Tennessee. Bama played their starters most of the game. So they were basically playing Middle Tennessee like they were playing damn Ole Miss or Mississippi State or damn LSU. They had their starters in most of the guys, the same players that you're going to see on the field next Saturday when they line up against Texas. We didn't do that. This was like a scrimmage. We treated it like a scrimmage, but we still put up 48 points. Man, if we would have treated this like a real game, a regular game, man, we probably would have put up 60 or 70 points.
Yep. And that's exactly what. But the thing about it, then I said, okay, well, I had to correct myself, right? I was like, okay, we got Ladd McConkey out, we got Dejon Edwards out, Kendall Milton is playing so. But Brendan Robinson, the guy that was going to be big for us, he's out for the season. So then I had
Branson Robinson.
Yeah. So I had to look at it like, okay, but you know what? I was like, Ra ain't even out there on first team. So it's like, okay, yeah, we not playing because I didn't see Rosemary Jack Saint.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
You see what I'm saying? So
mm-mm,
and we were rotating offensive linemen in. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was watching the game plan, right? When I was watching
mm-hmm.
the game plan, I was like, you know what? These guys are paying attention solely to the middle of the field. That's what UT Martin was doing,
Mm-hmm.
paying attention solely to the middle of the field. And I'm like, we keep running in the middle of the field. Then I was like, then I smacked myself. Oh shit, this practice.
It was. That was it was like it was a de facto G Day game.
Hmm.
You did not see, listen, when we line up against South Carolina in 2 weeks, you're gonna see a totally different uh intensity. You're gonna get the real Georgia Bulldogs
Hmm.
when South Carolina come to town. That you're gonna see what we're working with. We're not gonna put everything on film for Shane Beamer
Exactly.
and Spencer Rattler. Them we're not gonna show them everything. You know, we treated that like a scrimmage. So
Exactly.
I like what Kirby did. Now the only thing about it is I think he created a little controversy there at quarterback because
Yeah, he
Vandergriff looked
did.
damn good
Yes, he did.
yesterday. I mean, the passes were crisp. He extended drives. I mean, he has a cannon for an arm. You're going to have a division in the fan base. Some, and I'm
It's
starting to
already
hear
there.
that it's there. Some are going to want Brock. Some are going to want Beck. Some are going to want Beck. Some are going to want Brock. And Gunner looked damn good too.
Hey,
So
look
now
here.
you
To be
got a
honest with you,
little quarter. Yeah, he looked
to be
damn
on,
good when he
hey,
came.
to be honest with you, Aim, he
Mhm.
looked the best out of all of them to me. I'm like,
I
I'm.
wasn't gonna say it out loud. I was just going for you to say it.
He looked the best out of all of them. Like, ooh, there go the Stetson Bennett 3.0 right there. I like him. I like him. Now, anybody want to get out of line, I crank up the gun to stop the band, okay?
Now, you know what? And I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on to Bama. I want to say this. Kirby warned everyone. He said this at the podium after the last scrimmage, after the last fall scrimmage. He said the night he announced Beck as the starter. He said now the other two they are good. He basically he said either of the three can start on day one,
Hmm.
and he wasn't lying.
He
He
wasn't
wasn't
lying.
lying. We have a situation where we have three guys that could actually go to any other school and start
Hmm.
and be QB1. So that's a good thing to have. Another little controversy that we have right now going on is what are you going to do when Ladd comes back? When Ladd
Yeah.
McConkey comes back, now you have Malachi Muse. Jason, I told you. I
Hmm.
know you didn't get a chance to see G Day. I
I went and
told you
watched it.
about this kid. I told you this kid if he gets his hands on the ball in the open field, you are not catching him. You're not
Mm.
catching him. The kid runs a 4.4. I think he runs a 4.3. That kid, I mean, when he gets in the open field, man, I haven't seen speed like that at Georgia since McCole Harbor.
I created a nickname for him last night, Little Tink Tink.
Yeah,
Little Tink
little
Tink.
little Tink Tink can go. He can go. He can go. He can go. Now on Bama fans,
Oh my
listen,
God.
you're overconfident. Okay, you're overconfident. Does your defense look good? Yes, your defense looks damn good. Great improvement. Clap on that. Your defense looks good.
Do
But
they
when
look
it
good or
comes,
do they look good
the,
against lesser competition?
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Texas. The thing about Texas offense is not all of that because they had a hard time scoring on Rice. So if they couldn't hardly score on Rice, then they're damn sure not gonna hardly be able to score any points against that Bama defense. So kudos, Bama, you got a damn good defense. But man, let me tell you something. That'll work against Middle Tennessee, and it may work against Texas. But when you line up against some of those elite defenses in the SEC, they're gonna load that box up, and they're gonna force him to beat them with his arm and not his legs. They're gonna stack 6, 7, maybe 8 men in the box, and they're gonna force him to win the game with his arm. And I don't think he has that in him. I don't think he can do it. I just don't.
Glorified running back. He made when I was watching, he made entirely too many small mistakes. It's not about that flash that you see. It's about those small mistakes that teams like Georgia, LSU, even Texas A&M. Because if wasn't nobody watching, Texas A&M plays some good football. Their tempo is much better than it has been.
Yeah, that's the thing about Texas A&M. They are scoring points now. They are scoring points, and I said that Texas A&M would be dangerous if they figured out how to put points on the board and match, offensively what they have defensively. They were going to be a threat in the West.
So I watched a lot of Bama fans do that as well. Start barking at the moon. I'm like, dude, it's week 1. It's cupcake week. How are you measuring your team success off of playing nobody? You did that before. You played. They had a schedule at one point in time. I'm talking about cupcake heavy, and they got to the end of the season and they lost.
Absolutely. Double speak. What's going on, brother?
Salute, Mondo.
Salute to you, brother.
Did you see? I don't know if you seen the show last night with D Truth, but this other character on here.
Yeah. There go my boy. Hey, no hard feeling, Mr. Buckeye.
Well, you know what, Jason?
Yeah.
I do 1942 and 1980 mean anything to you?
Mean a lot.
Okay. But guess what?
Yes,
I'm gonna stop responding to you, because until you catch up with those national championships, I don't think that program is on our level.
As far as Mr. Buckeyes?
This is hey Mondo, look, this Mr. Buckeye.
Hold on. Let me have a conversation with you, Mr. Buckeye. Let me get this, Jason, because you had him last night. Let me get it. Okay. So now, because the way you talk like you a Bama fan.
He's a closet.
Now let me bring you up to speed a little bit, sir. All right, now when I talk football, I like to talk 21st century, okay? Because the 20th century is gone. All right. Most of us were kids in the 20th century. All right. So I'm not going to brag on no shit that took place years before a lot of us were born. All right. So let's start at the year 2000. All right. So, sir, now, first of all, I want to ask you, okay, since you've been alive, sir, how many times have you seen your Ohio State Buckeyes win a national title, sir?
We got let me pull up the numbers. I know we got 8 and Georgia only got.
I said, since you've been alive, sir, how many times have you witnessed your Ohio State Buckeyes win a national title? Because see, it's really egregious to brag on some shit that happened before you were born. So since you've been alive, sir, how many times have you seen your Ohio State Buckeyes win a national title, sir?
3.
Okay, can I have those years?
70, 2002.
No, they did not win a national. Nebraska was the national champions in 1970, sir. Nebraska and Johnny Rodgers, they were the national champions. They won it in 1970 and 71.
Hold on, let me last national championships. Let me check. See,
Since you've been alive,
me
I don't want you to tell your age. I just want, but you sound like you don't sound that old.
You
So
don't sound that old.
you don't sound like you in your 60s. So I don't even think you're in your 50s. You sound like a young brother. So
Yes.
since you've been alive in this world, sir, how many times have you seen your Ohio State Buckeyes win a national title? Because you came on talking about we're not on your level. So since you've been alive, you must have seen your team win a lot of national titles to make that
No,
statement.
no. The reason I was saying that is because it took besides the back-to-back titles, I'm just talking about overall, and we ain't just going back on year. Besides the back-to-back titles, when was the previous title in Georgia?
We have
41
been-
years, right? So it's
besides
every
besides
40
the
years.
back-to-back.
Every 40 years,
Mhm.
it took y'all a chance to get a title.
Okay, well let me
Now-
bring you up to speed on something. Hold up. Let me bring you up to speed on, because it's not like Ohio State winning a national title every other year or even every decade. Okay, so let me bring you up to speed, sir. All right, now you sound like you might be in your 30s or 40s. All right, so
Thank you, Black. I'll
all
take
right.
that compliment.
Okay, so
I'm almost half 100.
all right,
Just-
and now I know. Okay, so you were. So it's safe to say you were not born in the 60s, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so and I'm not even Ohio State fan, so I know your history because I'm a football guru and I do a lot of research. All right,
Yeah.
Now Ohio State probably won their first. I think you don't want to answer the question, but you seen your team win the first national title in your eyes. You seen them do it in the year 2002, correct?
2002, correct.
All right. Now, before that, you hadn't seen them win a national title. Do you know why, sir? Because before 2002, your Ohio State Buckeyes had not won a national title since 1968.
Mhm.
So let's not talk about dry spells, because every team has gone through those. Michigan went through a long dry spell before 1997 and Charles Woodson. Okay. Clemson went through a 40-year dry spell. They won a national title in 1981, and they finally won one in 2016. With the exception of Bama, Florida State, Oklahoma, and I maybe will throw USC, Miami, and Nebraska in there. Every other program has gone through a dry spell, sir. Even
went through a dry
Texas.
spell.
Before Vince Young, do you know when the last time Texas won a national title? Before Vince Young did in 2005? The last time they won national titles in 1969. I could give you another team right now that's going through a serious dry spell. Notre Dame. Notre Dame, the last time they won a national title was in 1988 with Tony Rice and Ricky Waters. So it's only a handful of teams that have been able to enjoy consistency when it comes to winning the national title.
Ricky would have been in Texas unless Notre Dame had another Ricky.
No, Ricky Waters, not Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams was with Texas. Ricky Waters was with Notre Dame.
Okay.
So I gave you 2002. So I'm gonna ask you again, Mr. Double Speak. How many national titles have you seen your Ohio State Buckeyes win in your lifetime, sir?
One.
No, I hope not. Unless he was in a coma.
Because he was born in 76. So he could, even if they would have won in 70, he wouldn't have seen them win.
No, they didn't win in 70. I'll tell them that they didn't win nothing in that entire decade. He Googling. You can do all the Googling you want. That's why he quiet over there.
Yeah,
he Googling.
Rondo, you absolutely right. You absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Hey, No, but just as a general for the program overall, because Jay, I don't know, Mondo, you a dog fan?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Oh,
die hard.
okay, yep, okay. Oh, okay. So I see. I ain't got a dog in this fight. Hey, but I just wanted to let him know as far as overall the champion. We got 8 and y'all got what, 4 total
Yeah,
national championships
and it's three we haven't claimed. The
Yeah,
the
and we're
the
not.
the athletic department is in the process. I forgot to tell you that, Jason. The
Yeah.
athletic department is in the process of claiming. We're supposed to share that one. Speaking of 68, we were supposed to. Well, the AP gave it to Ohio State. The UPI had us tied with Ohio State. So in 68, we had a share of the national title with Ohio State. 40, 40, 43, 43, and 44. We actually really three-peated in 42, 43, and 44. But they didn't, I don't know if it was the war, if it had something to do with World War II or whatever, but in 43 and 44, they didn't claim those titles. They're just on the table, but they're in the process of claiming those. So it's gonna go down in the record books. I say in the next 3 years that we actually three-peated in 42, 43, and 44.
42.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was looking at the unclaimed titles. I mean the claim titles, and they got O State as a 42. So what was
42.
that?
Y'all,
He said
we
we
shared
shared.
it. We shared with we shared 2 years. We shared with you all, and 42 and 68, but we didn't claim it in 68 because Vince Dooley was like, he had that, we don't share. We don't like to share. We don't, either we the champions, either we the outright champions, or we're not. Now that Vince Dooley is gone, I think they can push it through. The athletic department can push it through and go ahead, because they want to build statues and build a monument on campus, like a memorial on campus for Vince Dooley, and they want to give him that 68 title because he earned it. I mean, he had a good year. He ran the SEC that year. He won, and if he just he didn't want to share it with Whitty Hayes in Ohio State.
Yeah, big fact. So I guess to answer your question, if you want to just go on claim national titles or unclaimed in that period. So
No, we going on claim. We going on
okay,
claim. Yeah,
so
and undisputed
that would be 2.
2002,
That would be 2. Yep,
2002,
4.
and
Yep,
2002 and 2014.
14.
Y'all were
Yep.
the undisputed kings of college football. Y'all were the undisputed national champions. Now one
Yep.
would argue that Miami got robbed in 02.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh shit.
I'm hey man,
No,
come
this
on.
is
I mean, they did a 30 for 30 about that. They did a
you
30
can
for 30 about that now.
you can't argue with the numbers. I mean, it is what it is. The stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, we claim. And so Mondo, I was just gonna say, both of those coaches for those teams playing tonight used to coach at one of my hometown university. I know I ain't gonna, I know you privy to where they came from, but it's kind of funny to see them both meeting up in the SEC to play each other tonight.
Man, I tell you what, that's going to be an epic battle. We're going to discuss that in a little bit. But first, I want to ask both of you and give me your honest opinion. Are the Colorado Buffaloes are the Colorado Buffaloes a real threat in the Pac-12?
You want me to go first?
Oh, go ahead, Jason.
I am not ready to give them those accolades yet. I feel like Colorado it looked light years better than season before. And you can already see that the effect of Mr. Sanders is really real. But they have to do something about that defense. They have to, because if they don't do something about their defense, they're going to lose games. Are they much improved? Yes. Threat, I don't think I'm not ready to give that to them yet because, like we said on the podcast, TCU is not world beaters. TCU is 1 year removed from being trash. You see what I'm saying? So
But
TCU
they
was.
return. Remember, as I stated on the kickoff show yesterday.
Hmm.
Remember, I said one of the things that kind of worried me about that game is TCU's returning a lot of players from
Hmm.
last year.
Hmm.
Those two big running backs. You know, the one that broke that 70-yard run.
Yeah, number
Remember, he
9.
got hurt in the first quarter out in
Yeah.
LA in the championship game.
Yep.
So it's like this. In order to beat them, you're gonna have to get in a shootout with them.
Yep.
All right. And in order to actually, defeat them, you're gonna have to have a damn good running game. And you're gonna have to slow the game down because you're gonna have to keep Shador Sanders and
Edwards.
you're gonna have to keep them off the field. Travis Hunter. Listen, that kid right there reminds me. I ain't saying that he is on. Put it like this: when I see him, the way he runs his routes and his hands, the kid has excellent hands. It's like he reminds me a lot of Jamar Chase.
He is him.
Yeah.
He is him.
That kid is a dog, bro.
Yes. Two more games.
To answer the question, I'm not ready to say that they is a real threat, but my thing is if when they get to that USC game and USC is out here giving up over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air to San Jose State, like you said, the teams that's gonna have to beat Colorado, it might be a shootout. And so if they don't get that, the defense, that left side of the defense got to, well, matter of fact, like Jay said, the whole defense need to improve, but that especially on that left side of them corners. But if they can have a decent record when they get up to that USC game, that might be them. They might be a threat because USC, if they giving up that to the San Jose State, I think the boys, Edwards, Hunter, Horn, Shador, I think they can put some pressure on them.
Number 10.
Number
10.
Man, listen. That secondary, I'll put that secondary up against any offense in the nation, in my opinion. Listen, man. Travis Hunter on one side, Shallow Sanders on the other side. All right.
Yeah.
Then you got Xavier. Then you got Savion Cooper as the safety, and you got the other kid that snatched that interception, the first interception. Man, that's damn near no fly zone, man. That secondary is going to be hard to throw on. You're going to have to run the ball on this defense. Now, I think they are soft up the middle.
In the middle.
But if you're going to say that about Colorado, you could say that about a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Because in the beginning of the year, when it's triple digits on the field, man, it had got up to like 113. I think the heat index was like almost 120 on the field yesterday. So up the middle later in the game, you would probably do that to any defense if they're on the field for a lot of snaps like that. But I think as the season go on, they're gonna tighten it up because defenses get better as the season go on. especially in the trenches. Defensive line get better, they improve as the season go on. But that secondary, man, if it's supposed to be any weakness on the defense this early in the season, it is supposed to be in that secondary. That secondary is solid.
I agree.
And that's why I think USC is going to have a problem with them, but Oregon not so much, because Oregon has a running game.
Mm-hmm. Right. I agree. And then too, Black, they need some depth at that up front in them trenches. I didn't see too many. Yeah, I didn't see too many guys coming in. Too many big guys down in the interior coming in for them. So I'm wondering how they're gonna work on that.
Well, hey, it's like this. This is year one. We are talking about year one. Can you imagine what this man is? And Dion, I pray that you do not make the same mistake that I've seen other brothers do that have some success at a school that gave you a chance, and then you end up leaving and chasing a bag. Do not make the same mistake that Charlie Strong made. Charlie Strong had a good thing at Louisville. They gave him an opportunity to come coach there. And he went chasing the bag to Austin, Texas.
And he was in an area. He was in an area where talent was.
Where talent was, all he had to do was just hold on. Little did he know that Louisville was headed to the ACC. I understand, it really wasn't no money in the Big East for Louisville, but they were headed to a major Power 5 conference. You did not have to move. You could have stayed right there in Louisville, and man, he would have had a legacy going at Louisville. But he chased the bag. He went to Texas. I was very disappointed about that. Another person that should have stayed put, Kevin Summerlin. He should have stayed at Houston. He had a good thing going on in Houston. They gave him the opportunity to come coach there. He went chasing the bag to Texas A&M. You listen, it's not, would it be nice to go to Florida State and do what you're doing in Colorado at Florida? Yes, it would, but you don't have to do that now. You got Barstool, the NIL, Colorado is not, Boulder, crime is low. Any parent would love to send their kid to Boulder to play for him. I hope this brother stays at Colorado. Those people, they were the only ones that gave you a chance. Auburn said no. Georgia Tech said no. Florida State laughed at him in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
No other school wanted, Notre Dame didn't want to give you a chance. Jackson State gave you an opportunity, but we all knew that was just a footstool. We knew he was going to end up in Division I somewhere. Listen, and I'm saying this because, listen, I know, you already know where I'm getting ready to go, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
He going to get a call. If it ain't late November, by early December, he's going to get a call from Gainesville. And they going to dangle that money in front of him, trying to lure him from Colorado. I would not leave that school. I will stay there and build my legacy. The only other, big name coach that they ever had was Bill McCartney. And that was back in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s when they won the national title back in 1990. Dion, you got a chance to build your own legacy right there in Boulder, Colorado. I wouldn't leave. Those people gave him the opportunity. They thought enough to give him an opportunity when no other university in Division I and in the FBS wanted to. Colorado, they stood up and said, okay, we're going to give this man an opportunity to come here and run our football program.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
Yep. Mel Tucker. He went out there to Colorado, then he went over to Michigan.
Exactly. Don't do exactly. And kids, pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. Kids, pay attention to that because they feel like, okay, well, Coach chasing the bag. Why can't I chase the bag?
Mm-hmm.
You lead by example.
And Black, he is not, I mean, with his accolades, he ain't pressed for no bag. And I think if he, like you said, just he's already laid the ground when he first came in. It may be enticing, but I like you. I hope he stays and start what he finish what he started out there, because it looks like you said, low crime rate, high
lovely.
altitude. Yeah, the mountains is beautiful out there. I've been to Colorado a few times. Yeah. So yeah, I hope he stay there and try to make a legacy or something,
Exactly, man. Listen, man, I
Side
ain't heard about no crime happening out there in Boulder since the John Bonet Ramsey incident.
Side note.
And that was back in the damn 1996.
Side note, Jackson State is losing to FAMU.
Ooh.
You know what? I like that new coach that stepped in after Dion left. I like it. He's going to get them together. This is year one for him. He's going to have a few growing pains. He had a lot of kids that transferred out. Give him a couple of years. He'll have Jackson State right back where Dion had him. He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good coach. I watched him in that game last Saturday against South Carolina State, man. He had those guys ready. But FAMU is a powerhouse, man. They are picked to make the FCS playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So that FAMU ain't no slouch.
No, not at all.
At all. Tommy, I told you, man, not to bet on that game. All right. Okay. Now the next topic. Which team needs this game more tonight? LSU or Florida State? Now I'm gonna let you go first. Double speak.
My take on that is, I think seeing as I think LSU needs it. Florida State, I know Norvell's down there, and they got their but LSU, let me just say, LSU last year showed me something. Not that I'm, and so I think in this class, I think LSU needed more, because if one L can cost you an opportunity for the playoffs. So I'm gonna just say LSU needs it.
Well, let's break down the level of competition. LSU has to play Ole Miss. They have to play Auburn. They have to play Alabama. They have to play Texas A&M. You got to play Mississippi State. So what I'm in, Florida State has to play what? Clemson, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So LSU would be in a better position to recover than Florida State based on the level of competition. So I would say Florida State needs this game more than LSU for playoff implications.
You know what? I have to agree with double speak, and here's why, Jason. Okay, number one. Okay, who, as far as conference, when you look at the ACC and the SEC, which team has a tougher path?
LSU.
Yes.
Okay.
SEC
All right.
already. Yeah.
Okay. So, if LSU loses this game tonight, now they're in a situation, and I'm talking about playoff when it comes to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a situation, bro, where they've got to be perfect. And for the rest of their schedule, they got to be perfect, which means they got to take care of business against Florida. They got to take care of business against Arkansas, a much improved Arkansas team, a much improved Ole Miss team. And they got to take care of business. They got to go into Tuscaloosa, and that will be a must win. Now, Florida State, listen, as long as they keep it close tonight, or lose by a field goal or a touchdown, they're good. All right. So they'll have the luxury of having to have Clemson on their schedule, Miami on their schedule, all right? And North Carolina is going to be ranked because North Carolina is a hell of a lot better than I thought they would be. Okay, I didn't, listen, I did not think they would beat South Carolina that decisively, but they did. Okay, so you got a much improved North Carolina team on your schedule. You got Clemson is going to be Clemson. You got a much improved Miami team on your schedule. So if you run the table, you lose tonight, you run the table in the ACC, which is more possible. And then you get to that last game and you beat Florida. And then you get to the ACC championship game and you take care of business against whoever you face. I think Florida, if Florida State loses, they have a much more easier path to run the table than LSU. And that's why I'm saying this is LSU needs this more. Salute to you, Mike Teasy. LSU needs this game more because you don't want to be in a situation. If you go into Tuscaloosa, LSU can go into Tuscaloosa undefeated, lose a close game to Bama, and still end up in Atlanta or even better yet in the playoffs. A one-loss LSU team with a win over Florida State, wins over Ole Miss, wins over if they take care of business, and if they lose one game, you want that one loss to beat Bama, just like Ohio State, just like your team. Double speak. You want that one loss to beat Michigan. You don't want it to beat Wisconsin or the Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Or the Illinois. You don't want that one loss to be to any other team but Michigan. All right? Because then you can say, okay, well, we lost to a top 3 team. And you will still ease your way into the playoffs like you did last year. LSU can do that as long as they take care of business tonight.
Yeah, and Black, I like your point. You're right. It's harder for LSU if they do drop this one to get back, because any given day in that conference, just the level, you already know, just the level of competition, it's going to be challenging. Like you said, Florida State can rebound, but LSU needs to get that because it'll be hard.
So you're basing it. So we're basing it. When you're basing it like that, as far as who can take a L, which team can take that L quicker. Now, I mean, Florida State has a better chance of running the table in their conference than LSU does. In okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because whoever takes it's just like us in 2 years ago, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
If we would have took a L in Charlotte that night to Clemson in that season opener, and you know what happened in Atlanta. Hey man, we wouldn't have won no national title in 2021 because we wouldn't have been in the playoffs. We would have been eliminated in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying. Listen, if I'm an LSU fan, I don't want to go into Tuscaloosa with one loss. I want to go in there undefeated. So anything can happen in that game, and they play a close game every time they play each other. So if you lose by a field goal or a touchdown or anything like that, LSU could still end up in the playoffs, even with that one loss to Bama. Listen, a one loss is not that bad as long as it's not to the wrong team. And Florida State would be the wrong team. Even moving forward, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Auburn. You don't want Texas A&M. You don't want to lose to anyone other than Bama if you have to lose. Now, this LSU team, in my opinion, is good enough to go undefeated into Atlanta and play either Georgia or Tennessee, in my opinion, and possibly beat one of them. But they got to take care of business tonight in Orlando. It ain't gonna be easy because Florida State, Tallahassee, Orlando, that's damn near de facto home game. So it ain't gonna be easy, but LSU travels well. So they're gonna have a lot of purple and gold in the stand. So man, those teams, bro, it's gonna be a playoff atmosphere.
Mike T,
they're gonna go at it tonight.
Oh yeah.
Hit the link, Mike T.
Yeah, hit the link because we got a couple of more minutes. I'm gonna try to get on about here and grab me a plate and catch the game. It's coming on here shortly. It's coming on shortly. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it come on at 7:30.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Yeah, so listen, fellas, I would not want to go into Tuscaloosa in that game in November with one loss. I would.
In the show. All right, got y'all. I wouldn't want to do that either. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think LSU, the way they came on last season, I think that it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think LSU is gonna pull this out.
Yeah, because that defense is solid. I think next to Georgia, I think LSU has one of the best defenses in the country. I think this defense is good enough to slow any offense down. And offensively, they have weapons. They have weapons. Listen, man, they have weapons. They have weapons all over the field. Now they don't have they don't have elite weapons like Ohio State, but they have a lot of weapons. They got a nice running game and they got a damn good old line. And that Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, I think he's going to be in New York as a Heisman finalist if he can stay healthy. This LSU team is good enough to beat anybody. Alpha, there you go, man. Y'all with these y'all. So listen, that was Indiana. That was Indiana. That was Indiana.
Black,
and y'all should have scored more than 23 points on that Indiana defense. Indiana is to the Big Ten what Vanderbilt and what Vanderbilt is to the SEC, man. Come on, listen.
And right now you're crediting a defense for playing against a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, it's not like y'all did that to Penn State or Wisconsin or damn not even Purdue. Come on.
No, we ain't. And Black, I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't like how we look, and I wouldn't say we top 5 right now. You know, we got to let the season grow. But if they don't get that quarterback position together and get that run game, because we had a running back with 7 carries, 25 yards, 2 touchdowns. If they don't get that established, we gonna have some problems with these other leagues. I ain't just talking about the 10. I'm talking about when we coming out, stepping up, to the SEC and
Well, think about it. If you don't correct that, you got deep enough talent in your conference. You won't make it out your conference like that. You see what I'm saying?
You're right, because I looked at Michigan. I looked at it yesterday.
Well, you need to look at Notre Dame. Look, I'm telling you now, Notre Dame is gonna be a threat. That game that last Saturday in September, man, that's gonna be a game. That game going on 4 quarters. That game going 4 quarters. You had a hard time with them last year in Columbus. So and now this is going to be a more improved Notre Dame team with a better running game and a better defense.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, Black. Yeah, we can't even step up in that one. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. So
this what your fellow Buckeye said, Mr. Alpha Buckeye. Nobody will hold Indiana to 3 points at home this year.
Oh, okay. Oh,
hold on. Whoa. What?
He said nobody will hold Indiana to 3 points at home.
in Indiana. In Indiana. Man.
You said Alpha Buckeye. I thought you was throwing shots at BJ.
No.
I think now what he basically is saying.
Ain't nothing personal, Mr. Buckeye.
What he's saying is no other team will hold Indiana to 3 points in Bloomington. No other team will go to Bloomington and hold them to 3 points. Man, come on. Really? That's not Penn State. Once again, bro, and I'm not poo-pooing. Look, Ohio State got a good squad. I think y'all will actually go into the Michigan game either undefeated or with 1 loss. But if you go into the Michigan game with 1 loss, I think by it being a must win, I think you guys will be a little bit more motivated and take care of business. So I'm expecting Ohio State to be back in the playoffs, and I'm hoping that y'all be back in the playoffs this year. Salute, Teaser, what's going on, bro?
I want that as well.
Teaser,
kick it off again.
I hear you.
Hey, man, I'm going to ask you the same question, brother. Who needs this game more tonight? I'm going to ask it this way. Do you feel comfortable with going into Tuscaloosa in November with 1 loss? Do you feel comfortable going in that situation with 1 loss?
Yeah. But because of is what Jason said is because of the strength of the SEC. Now I wouldn't feel comfortable going into Bama with a bad loss to Florida State, losing by more than 2 touchdowns and going in there with a bad loss. I wouldn't feel comfortable then. But if it's a close game against Florida State, which I believe I'm gonna kick their ass tonight, I heard all y'all arguments, and I agree with all of you actually. But it's the revenge factor for this game. Because Florida State talked a lot of shit. After that, even though we lost the game by 1, at the end of the day, it's all about who got more points than the other. I don't give a damn about margin of victory. It's all about who got more points than the other team. And they beat us by 1 point. They won the game, and they talked a lot of shit. But they played us in hostile territory too. They played us in New Orleans, so it wasn't. It was more like a home game to us. It's like they beat us at home, and that's big. You beat LSU in Louisiana. That's big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's big because everybody knows it's probably the most difficult place to play a game in. And I knew Clemson ain't had a chance in hell. I knew they didn't have a chance in hell to beat LSU. I just knew it. But I believe this is a must-win for both teams tonight because I believe if Florida State loses this game tonight, what about their playoff implications? See what I'm saying? If they lose tonight,
what I'm saying is, Mike, if Florida State lose tonight, I think they have a much better chance of running the table in the ACC, which is a little bit more easier path than going into an SEC West schedule and trying to run the table with 1 loss. Because I'm just speaking in playoff. Like 2 losses pretty much will knock you out. Even though LSU probably could have gotten in, or that 2017 Auburn team could have gotten in with 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? It's possible to do. And it almost happened last year, but then Texas A&M happened. Yeah, Texas A&M happened.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But I believe from a revenge factor, I talked to some people, I'm connected with LSU. I've talked to them and they want this. They want this game. They've been prepared. I was told they've been preparing for them for over a month for Florida State. They want this.
Now, let me ask you a question. The depth. Has LSU straightened out the depth issues they had last year?
What damage?
Depth.
What depth? What LSU just like Georgia and Alabama. We don't rebuild, we reload.
But like y'all got hit with a couple of injuries last year, like toward the end.
We fine. No, that was a mindset. They was looking at Georgia ahead of looking at Texas A&M, looking at their record that they wasn't shit. And we all you know what happened in the SEC. You keep your eyes off the prize. You see what happened till you get dog walked, and that's what happened. A-Train ran all up and down their ass, and they was worried about more about Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Than that. So that's what happened. That's what happened in that game. And they knew it. They knew it. But there's no excuse. Texas A&M put it on their ass that last game of the season because they were worried more about Georgia. And then you had the media hyping it up that there's a possibility that LSU can be in the playoffs. So they got all hyped about that and wasn't worried about Texas A&M. And you seen what happened. Got your ass whooped. So that can happen to anybody in this conference. That can happen.
This
it happened to us in 2019.
Yeah. That's right. It can happen to you.
This your moment. This your moment tonight. I won't give you a rebuttal when you talk about the mighty Bulldogs. You know what I mean? Let's keep it on. Stay focused on Florida State, sir.
Hey, look, we're gonna break away for a word from a couple of our sponsors. Then we're gonna come back. Speaking of LSU and Florida State, we're gonna come back, give our final thoughts and our picks on tonight.
Going down.
Barbecues, picnics, birthdays, and holidays. Wayfield Foods is good for a better day. Shop nice, right price. That's what the people say. Wayfield Foods is good for a better day. Barbecues, picnics, birthdays, and holidays. Wayfield Foods is good for a better day. Shop nice, right price. That's what the people say. Wayfield Foods is good for a better day. This is it. This is it.
Get the new bucket, get it, get the new bucket, get it. This is it, they got that new bucket on the block. Golden crispy Southern Kitchen fried chicken. Get the new bucket. Making flavored marinated fried chicken. Get the new bucket. Delicious size with our Southern Kitchen fixing. Get the new bucket. This is it, Southern Kitchen fried chicken.
This is its new bucket on the block. Order online at thisisitsbbq.com for pickup or delivery.
One of the best mods on YouTube, Sears S.A. Virgo from the GA. She's a Georgia peach. Salute to you. Salute. And thank you for doing a great job on the channel, on both channels, on Mines and D-Truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss S. Thank you.
All righty. Okay. This game right here, I've been waiting all summer for. I've been waiting all summer for this game. And listen, I'm going to start it off. Normally, I go last. I'm going to start this one off. Like I said, I just got a feeling LSU is going to go into Atlanta undefeated. And I'm picking LSU. I'll be surprised if it's close. I think I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I think LSU will get them by 10 or 14. LSU, they are motivated. They were knocking on the door last year. They're looking to kick the door in this year.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going with LSU. I'm looking at something like 38-28 LSU.
I like it.
All right.
Come on,
Jason.
Come on, Jason.
All right. I think, to be honest with you, I was impressed with the poise that LSU had last year. I think that they came along at the end of the season very well. I think that if that D line that got hurt in that first game, the first game when they got hurt, I think that it would have been a much different ball game. I'm picking LSU to win this one 28-24.
I like it. It's close, but okay. I'll take it.
All right, Double Speak. Give us your prediction, brother.
Okay,
Come on, Double Speak. Let's hear it.
I'm with you. I got ties to both coaches. because they came from my hometown university.
All right.
Hated when they left, but nevertheless, if Jaden Daniels can play even keel on both sides, with the run and the pass, I'm gonna give them the game. I'm gonna take them, and I'm gonna say 35-28.
I like it. I like it.
LSU.
I like it. I like it. I like
All
it.
right,
Mike,
we already know that you picking your team. I just want to hear the margin. Your score prediction.
You know what it is. You know exactly what it is. This game will be won in the trenches on both sides of the ball. LSU is more experienced and more advanced and ready to be prepared. I lost Mason Smith. He's suspended for this game, but it's okay. I'm going to name out some names for you. Jacoby and Guillory, Makai Maringo. I'm ready and set. We got a 10-man rotation without Mason Smith for that defensive line. And like I said, Harold Perkins going to be running around like a madman. Because I know, what's his name? Did you see it on my page? I said it, that they got a new role for Harold Perkins. He will be a freelance linebacker. Freelance. That's right. Being they got the addition of the number one transfer portal middle linebacker Omar Spates from Oregon State, it has allowed Harold Perkins to have a new role as a freelance linebacker. That's right, like a Lawrence Taylor, like a LeVar Arrington, freelance, where he has no assignment.
Kind of like how Dabo used Vic Beasley. His
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
freelance. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you something. They sleep on that secondary. Everybody ass going to St. Francisville for Florida State tonight. If you don't know about St. Francisville, that's Angola State Penitentiary. Everybody ass going to St. Francisville. We strap season. But I give them credit. They're a formidable opponent. They rank number 8 for a reason. They damn good, but I'm kicking that ass by double digits. LSU 38, Florida State 24.
All right. Okay. Seems like me and Mike agree. Jason and Double Speak, they think it'll be a touchdown victory for LSU, but all four of us agree that LSU is a clean sweep, that LSU will win the game tonight. I just think LSU is a much stronger team, and I think that, like I said, I do believe LSU will go into Atlanta undefeated. I think they'll go into Atlanta undefeated.
Yeah, and Black. I like Mike when he said Harold Perkins. I think that he gonna be the difference maker on that.
There you go. That's gonna be the X factor. That's gonna be the X factor right there. That's gonna be that. And my Nigerian brothers on the edge. I got some Nigerian guys on the edge. That's damn good pass rushers. We gonna. Oh yeah.
They got some damn. They've been recruiting like hell in their secondary. So they got some dogs in their secondary. I'm telling you, man. This is gonna be a revamped LSU defense. They are going to be hard to score on this year, and everyone is going to see firsthand how improved that LSU defense is tonight.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. Right. But like I say, they're going to be pumped. They're in Orlando, and they too far away from Tallahassee. But like you said, Black, we do travel well, and I got a lot of people, family members down. You're going to see some purple and gold in the audience. You're going to see it. And but they travel well, but that ass is mine. Big payback, James Brown style. Big payback. It's going down. Let's get it on.
All right, brother. All right. I want to thank everyone for coming out. For Double Speak, thank you for pulling up. Mike Teasy, thank you for pulling up, bro. Go Tigers.
Thank you, brother.
Good luck tonight. Hey, it's about the SEC tonight, man. Damn the ACC. I'm pulling for the SEC tonight. Jacob,
yes, sir.
Jacob, big dog. Appreciate you pulling up. You got any final words, brother?
I got some final words.
It's always hold up, brother. Don't you do that.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Go right ahead.
The final words is go dogs.
Go ahead, Mike.
And Double Speak, it's nice to meet you, brother. Mike Teasy, Louisiana, straight. This for Black and this for Jason. You know I love y'all, right? I love you to death. You know that. Don't think I ain't forgot what you did to me that goddamn championship game last year.
I want you to remember.
You know what? That was payback. That was payback. That was payback because y'all tried to do the same shit to us in 2019. Y'all tried to run the score up on us in 2019.
I ain't gonna lie.
That was payback, bro.
That was a Tupac against all odds ass whoop there. Bitch, this is payback. I knew your bitch ass from way back. No, I was strapping Max. No, I didn't play that. Y'all did it. Yeah. But let's just breeze through the season. You take care of your side of the field. I got my side. Just breeze to it.
One game at a time, sir.
One game at a time, man.
Mr. Troutman, Mr. Black, you right about that. You right about that. We got to keep our eyes on the prize because championship Saturday, I want your ass like a fat kid want cake. I want your ass now. I want your ass now. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you.
I tell you what, it ain't up to us.
I love you.
It ain't up to us to decide the battleground. We just, we just there for the meeting.
I hear you. I believe y'all gonna take care of it. I don't think nobody in the East can mess with Georgia. Georgia is loaded. Georgia is talented. It don't matter. Yeah, I love it. And just like I told Bama, the day of reckoning is coming. The day of reckoning is coming, and they don't even want to believe it. I told you. I say you're gonna have to share that wealth. You're gonna have to share that wealth. It's coming. What do you mean? I said all them recruits y'all getting. You ain't finna be getting them no more. It's finna be spread out now. You have to share that wealth. And then you're gonna have some coaches that's not intimidated by y'all. Because Alabama usually beat people before the goddamn whistle blow. They used to beat people before they meet up before the coin toss. When they intimidated by their size and their talent and all that, their bravado. But I say eventually the time gonna come where you're gonna have to pay that toll and you're gonna have to share that wealth. And you see what's happening now. Because Georgia is the king of the mountain now. Georgia is.
Yes, sir. Everybody heard that? Alpha Buckeye, did you hear that?
I give them respect. I give them their respect. They're the king of the mountain. And I'm talking about dominating people. Georgia has fucked up the whole college landscape for the whole playoff. They will never allow a Cinderella team to be in the championship game no more. That's it. The implication for a team, that's over with, bro. You know how much better them people lost black.
But now with the with all of these super conferences combining and stuff.
Yeah.
Now and now you're gonna have a 12-team playoff. And remember they said like what the top 6 conference champions get in. So you're gonna have teams like Coastal Carolina, Conference USA champions. Getting in the playoffs in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless they go back to the table and renegotiate that. But if they don't, bro, you're gonna have Conference USA, Mountain West champions in the damn playoffs now.
You're gonna have you're gonna have 12 teams in the playoffs, so it's okay.
You know, Mike T, you're such a motivational speaker. You got me just all jacked up off Mountain Dew off of that comment. It's lovely, man. It's lovely.
In this goddamn call, Black, in this shit, please.
All right. Everybody, thank you all. And they get ready to kick off.
I'm not for trauma shit today. I'm not.
They get ready to kick off. Everybody, want to thank you all for coming out. This has been the 1st and 10 Sunday kickoff show, previewing the main event of the week. Florida State versus LSU, epic showdown in Orlando. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Love you. Be back here on Tuesday.
Love y'all, man. Love you, Troutman. You still my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, everyone. All right, double speak.
All right, Mr.
Take care of yourselves and each other, y'all.
Y'all enjoy the game, man.
Yes, sir.
OB, you